As you can see, it's time to start a new project. This is our 1969 Toyota Crown. It's an MS53 station wagon. It's a pretty cool car. We bought this off a friend a couple of years ago and finally got the time to crack into it. So there's heaps to do, so let's shoot back a few months and I'll show what I did. As you can see, I'm well underway with this Toyota Crown project of ours. So this is our 1969 MS53 Toyota Crown station wagon. Now, I bought this car for a good friend of mine and we want to make this our family wagon, our daily driver. And it was a complete going car, well, not right now, but it is a complete going car. But there was just a bunch of things wrong with it that I want to address. Just a bit of wear and, well, a lot of wear and tear, and a few things that I'm not happy with that have been done. And if I walk up the front here, this thing, the past in its life, has had this Toyota 1JZ fitted. This is a non-VVTi 1JZ, so they're a 2.5 litre straight six. This I think came out of a JZX81, I think. Now, the reason I've sort of pulled it all down into this state is it needed a bunch of work. I wasn't happy with the wiring, wasn't happy with a bunch of stuff, and so I started to pull the car apart. I wasn't going to film any of this, I was just going to sort of do a few things and get it back together going. But I pulled the front off the wagon. These things come apart quite well. It's obviously, as you can see, it's a chassis and a body. I pulled the front off, the body was still sitting on the chassis, started to do a bit of work, and then I realised that there was very little to actually just remove the body off the chassis, and it would allow me to do things a lot easier. So here we are. I obviously haven't filmed any of the previous work up to this point, which was a bit too hard to film anyway. So I'll sort of quickly run you over the things that I want to do on this. So over here on this table, I've been attacking the wiring loom. This is just the engine wiring loom. So I'm just removing some of the junk and adding in some stuff and tidying up a few things. So that's all. I've done a fair bit of it. There still needs a bit more work, but there's a bunch of things, like it was leaking water and leaking fuel and all sorts. I need to go completely over the front suspension. There's worn out bushes and ball joints, all that sort of stuff, so that's all going to come apart. The rear end looks pretty good, but I'm going to pull it apart and inspect it all. I thought that I was sort of trying to avoid doing too much to it, but I thought that while I've got it apart and while I'm doing stuff, I might as well do things to tidy it up and things that mean I don't have to come back to it. So I'm going to strip this entire thing down, suspension out, motor out, tidy up the chassis, give it a good paint, reassemble it all. The plan at this stage, and I can hope I can stick to it, is I just want to leave this body as it is. There may be a few little things that I end up doing to it, but I really want to just keep the body. I'm pretty overdoing body work at the moment. I've done a fair bit of it in the last few years, and I just want to. This car's actually in really good nick for how old it is. There's a few little rust spots and there's dents and bog and scratches and stuff like that, but it's good as it is. So keep the body as it is. Get this chassis nice and tidy, mechanically good, reliable, all that stuff. And then once this gets cleaned up, painted, reassembled, drop the body back on, and then we should have a going car. So the things that I really want to change on it is it's got this pretty cool side pipe setup actually, which suited it, looked quite good, but I really want to make the car a bit quieter, so I'm going to take the exhaust off. I'll build a new exhaust that's nice and quiet. Like I said, rewiring the motor, getting that all sorted. I really want this car to just be exactly like what the motor came out of, just a 90s Toyota, super reliable, economical, quiet. So just get in, turn the key, everything works as it should. That's the plan. I guess if you've seen the rest of the cars that I'm doing, I I had lots of thoughts about going overboard with this, and I thought, oh shit, while I'm here I might as well bloody airbag it or put hydros in it or something. But no, I'm gonna try and hold myself to keeping it simple. So tidy all the motor up. Like I said, suspension has always to come apart. There's things to replace, all that sort of stuff. A few little things with this. The sump in it has been clearanced for the steering, which is sweet. It works good. But I'm going to pull the sump off and probably remake a sump, because it's had this big section chopped out of it for the steering, which means it's now lacking oil capacity. So I'm going to make more of a front bowl for it so it retains oil capacity but has the clearance it needs. All that sort of guff. It's got the factory 4-speed auto behind it, which is perfect for this. The wagon's column change, and the column change is all set up, so it's nice, it's good. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the diff's good, but we'll pull it apart and have a look. I'm having thoughts of potentially taking the LSD out of the Starlet, which is an Altezza F-Series LSD head, pull the head out of it, and put it in this car. The reason being, I put the LSD in that Starlet thinking it would be good, and they're sweet, they're good LSDs, but for drifting it's terrible, it doesn't work. So, but for this, as a nice cruiser, maybe that'd be a good option. Put the LSD head in here, and then I'll just put a classic old locker in the Starlet, do some burnouts. What else have I got to say? A few things, like it's had a fuel line added to suit the motor, and that's a bit crap. It's been rubbing on places, and at some point, I don't know where, I never really quite worked it out, but it was leaking fuel out of the back of the kit, whether that was out of the fuel tank or out of some of the fittings here, so there was fuel leaking. So tidy all that stuff up, but it's all pretty straightforward. I'm really going to try and just stick to what has to be done and just tidy it up. So yeah, if we can get this thing looking mint, painted, and all the maintenance done, I'll be wrapped, and then body back on, look like an old classic car. Well, is an old classic car, but should be nice and reliable, economical, go good, start good, all those things. So I'm going to crack into this and start ripping it apart now, and I'll film what I can, and we'll see. Some stuff won't really be filmable and won't really make for good footage, but we'll see what I can do.
What key is it in?
It ain't easy sometimes trying to just get by. When you get broke down again, it ain't because you didn't try. I tried to count the days that I've been disappointed. So many hard times it gets disjointed. It's all I'm trying to make a living. Oh, when you get down again, you just keep living. Every time I get up, something come and bring me down. I get so low sometimes, feel I'll never get the I tried my best to make my way, but it wasn't enough. Desire burns when your dreams are close to dust. I'm working for the man till it gets done, but the hardest part is starting from the start. Yes, it's hard. I'm trying to make a living. Oh, when you get down again, you just keep giving up. I'm trying to just get by. Just get by. Yes, it's hard. Trying to make a living. Whoa. Whoa. Hey. Ooh, we're trying to just get by. Oh, we're trying to just get by. Yeah. Trying to just get by. Ooh, 'cause I get so low. I get so low. Hey. Ooh, we're trying to just. Ooh. I can level with the ground. I can level with the ground. I can level with the ground. 'Cause I get so low. Get so low. I 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 get level with the ground. I get level with the ground. I get level with the ground.
I'm going over these suspension parts, just working out the parts I need to order so I can make a bit of an order. Now, top arm, bottom arm, top arm. So you can see, especially on this one here, bushes here are non-existent. So both top arms need these bushes here, which I actually have. Bottom arms here, these bushes here are fine. I'm a big proponent of only replacing things if I need it, so leave those, replace the bushes for these top arms. I was just checking these ball joints, and I know before I pulled the car apart there was definitely one that was worn out, and then now that they're off it's actually really hard to tell. You can't really find the play, so what I actually ended up doing was taking the nut off, clamping the end of the ball joint in the vise and just yanking on the arm, and both these lower arm ball joints are worn. I think this one here was worn the most, but this one here still had a little bit of play, so they'll be getting replaced. And the top arm ball joints are actually fine, but both of them have got really badly split boots. So I doubt I'll be able to just buy a boot, so I'll just put new ball joints in all four. Unless I can find some boots, then I might do that. So I'm going to strip them down, get them all ready to buff them up, get rid of the crap off them, get them ready to paint, and then I'm going to go through the rest of the suspension parts and just get a good list of all the bits I need to order to get this thing up to shape.
to hide, nowhere to run. I went to the city, but the city was gone, radiated with hatred and destroyed by a bomb. Behold the brilliant colors of the nuclear dart, but there is no song, all has gone wrong. Given me, planted deep within these aristocracies, hypocrisy and power and greed. So wake up to the fact that they're controlling you, but not you doing what you want to do. The system that we're living in is doomed. Oh, Jah knows it's true, and I know it's true, and I'm just telling you this. Because I love you, Bridget, through and through, I'm untrue until the very end. The sweeter the kiss, the stronger the poison, and this is the reason that I hydrant them. I'm dying for nothing. It's Babylon control, it's Hollywood mind control, yeah. They take it to you, they show you the proof, come and see the truth is written, and I am on soul, yeah. News media control, political mind control. Get under your skin, stop rubbing your thin, but do not give in for that all that glitter is gold. Yeah, I saw incurable disease, genetically engineered by hateful enemies. All of this in the name of power and money. How could this be the future for we? The green and the mighty forests of the Amazon, the lush valleys of Hawaii, all dead and gone. The once abundant and fertile land of Babylon, now sand and stone, stripped to the bone. Come quickly, they're taking away our paradise, separating us from the source of our life, poisoning the seas and polluting the skies, ignoring the cries and promoting the lies. So now that this vision has come into your life, I hope that you will take up your part in the fight against those seek to turn our day into night. You know it's right, I'll stand up and fight, and I'm just telling you this, la la la, because I love you, my sister, and through I'm untrue until the very end. The sweeter the kiss, don't you know, the stronger the poison, and this is the reason that I didn't come dying for nothing. It's Babylon control, it's Hollywood mind control, yeah. They took it to you, they show you the proof, come and see the truth is written on a Rastaman soul, written on a Yaman soul, yeah. It's news media control, political mind control, yeah. Get under your skin, so when you're thin, but do not give in when the talent gets is gone. Yeah, hold on, yeah, I have been fooled before, but now I know. Hey, the difference between believing in what I'm and feeling, believing in what I've been told. Cause the propaganda, it burns like wildfire, fire, fire, fire. Oh, they use it to turn brother against It's Babylon control, It's Hollywood mind control. The talk of the youth to show you the proof. Come and say the truth is written on the. It's news media control. Political mind control. Get under your skin, step up in your thin, but don't be victim in this empire of glittering fool's gold.
So I finally have all the parts primered and sprayed in the 2K black. Just finished pulling all the masking tape off and pulling them down. So I got all those laid out there. Pulled the chassis off the rotisserie, pulled the sides and everything down in the gazebo, so that's sitting there ready to go. diff housings there, drive shaft. Got ball joints and bearings and bushings down there on the floor that I need to put in. It's all looking pretty good. And so I sent all the fasteners and bits and pieces away to have them repassivated, so I've just finished sorting them out into the sizes, so it's going to be a bit of rummaging to find all the right lengths and stuff that I need. Now all that's ready to go except for, well, I'll put the new parts in. I haven't got any new brake parts for it yet, which I'm going to do, but I'm still not entirely sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to reuse the factory rear drums, but those are the factory twin pot calipers there. But what I do have is down here got some crusty old 4-pot surf calipers which bolt up, and I wouldn't mind trying to run those because the factory rotors there, they're a solid rotor, and I wouldn't mind trying to put a vented rotor on there, which those calipers are designed for. I think those factory twin pots are actually pretty good for what they are, but if I could put a vented rotor on, I think it'd be a lot better. So, but anyway, I'm going to get all the steering, suspension, diff, all that back in, all the new bushes and stuff on, and then be able to get this body down and back on the chassis.
Look, I can do in days what may take them years. I done parted ways with those who move in fear. Hard to go astray when the vision's clear. Low-key they might have to throw parades when I'm no longer here. This for the gangsters and the hustlers and the block bleeders. Ain't got a bar for a mark unless it's Noxzema. They ain't tweaking when you speaking, you cannot feature. Push a Hyundai accent like I can't afford to drive Beamer. Why? Cause it ain't about the car, it's about the confidence. All my consonants are consequently due to confidence in Elohim, though the metal bring me a peace of mind. We survive places to demonize feeble minds for what should be legalized. I'm just saying, dawg, that's big old facts. Be weary of the trap with cheese, cause it's big old rats. It look low-key, you could touch more cheese than a grater. Have some paper, but if you known for hoeing your partners, you still big old trash. The real gon' understand, I pray the fake will listen. If you the fraud on your squad, you still can change position. Before I had a pot to piss in or this diction, I envisioned every piece of fruit I brought into fruition. Ugh. If you hating, dawg, you tripping. Garnered recognition with my missus, word to jigger. I swear I'll have my art in exhibitions in a minute. Not just a rapper to these rappers, I swear I'm their father figure. I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm your father figure. Ooh. I swear I'm your father figure. Ooh. No, you. I'm your father figure. Not just a rapper to these rappers, I swear I'm their father figure. Ooh.
Dearly beloved, if it's merely a budget, I'm clearly above it. My skin and my hair is Nigerian colored and does what an Aryans doesn't. If you purely a puppet, then you really be stuck in it and you a suffix. I don't wanna be toughest, I just keep it 100 and think nothing of it. Timidly talking ain't part of my chemistry. I'm an OG, is you kidding me? I see what you giving me, be it your liberty. Still what I see is stupidity. You lacking humility, seeking validity, shake the mistaken identity. These lacking ability jokers is killing me, literally wasting my energy. That's only a fact, they'll never hold me, I only adapt. You should've told me your homie could rap. They shouldn't show me the Tobe in fat. I'm blacker than black, or packaging crack, or packing a Mac in the back of the act. I'm saying I'm something spectacular. Don't at me, I'm biomolecular. Don't Google the aftermath, don't bother. Everything left on the floor is the lava. These nuts, George Washington Carver. What you want, boy? I'm a piranha, I'm a pariah. I am Nirvana, I am a king coming out of Wakanda. I run into you on tour, it's a problem. I'ma be honest, I am your father figure.
Yeah, I'm your father figure. Ooh. I swear I'm your father figure. Ooh. No, you. I'm your father figure. Not just a rapper to these rappers, I swear I'm their father figure.
African estate grass and grapes, masculine and slave master hate. Exactly when they emasculate, congratulate gay or master hate. Ask the black lady to shake, they fascinated, they masturbate. The black parade straight exacerbates the actual hate they imaginate. That's when they racist to straight harasses as they evacuate. Imagine wearing a mask and where can't imagine making it past today. Hell is hated, heavens are elevated, melanated masquerade. You celebrate, they are vaccinate.
So I've got the Crown's chassis all pretty much done now. All the front ends together besides the brakes. It's all together. Just been doing the fuel lines, return and feed. So one of the last things left to do is I've got the diff housing in obviously, but no diff head, no axles. Now the reason I haven't put that together yet is I actually I want to take the diff head out of the starlet. So these crowns are on an F-series diff, and if you remember back a few years, I put an F-series in my starlet. So in this I'm running an Altezza factory LSD, which I put in and thought it was going to be a good idea, and it, for what I want to use this car, it's rubbish. So it'll be mint for this car, just for a nice street car. So I'm going to jack this thing up, pull the wheels off, axles out, pull the diff head out. The Altezza LSD is going to go in here, and then I can assemble this, put the wheels on it, get it back down on the ground, and then I'm going to put, well, I think I will anyway, I'll compare them, but I'll pull the diff head out of this, sorry, which is already out of this, weld it up, and it can go in this as a locker. Haven't had this car out since the start of the year when I took it to the Nats, so it's a bit covered in shit. Really actually need to get in and really get it finished properly. Starts and runs and drives, but still the old aspirated block. So yeah, I'll get there. I know everyone's keen to see it go, do a skid, so am I, but my mind wanders too much, so I'm doing another project. So yeah, once I get this thing, the definite wheels on, then I can start the big task of trying to get this body off the stand and get it on that chassis. It was a bit of a mission getting it up on that stand, and I think it's going to be even more of a mission getting it off. But looking forward to it. It's a pain. I've got all this shed space and working out on the driveway. But never mind.
You separate, they assassinate. Weapons mastered, yes they active, yes they matter, mash to ray. Rep they blackness, leather jackets, black beret. Pass the mace, Ice Cube, Jam Master J. Trunks of jewelry, come through and truly. Trump security, Grand Master J. Gucci Kami out of Luciano, to Amani, I'm a Muliano. Drove her out and hit the Neiman's in Cabo. Gope the model, made a Venus de Malo. Spend a lot at the Palazzo, send you hollow semi-autos, powder blue Diablo. Probably pop a copper to the honor Brianna and Amadou Diallo. They tracking the African breed, the patent the seas. They snatching the apple from Adam and Eve, the patent the seas. Attack chemically, the patent disease. I rep murder, violence, methane bars, jet stream guard. You rep Turtle Island, just ain't Charles, Epstein's Law. And that's King talk, my queen shopping in LA. See me out in that green drop, that thing not a Chevy. Beam on top of that slingshot, Glock scene, sophist dwelle. And things start to fall apart like Chinua Achebe.
Yeah, I'm your father figure, ooh. I swear I'm your father figure, ooh. No, you. I'm your father figure, not just a rapper to these rappers. I swear I'm their father figure, ooh.
So, I've clearly been led astray at some point. I always believed that these crowns had F-series diffs, and I don't know where I got that from. I think it's true in most cases, but maybe not this car. Anyway, the diffs are clearly different. So on the left is the F-series diff head with the Toyota LSD, or the Altezza LSD out of Starlet, and that's the crown diff. So you can see just overall different sizes. So maybe these are E-series or something. I don't know. Anyway, kind of put a balls up in the plan. So I'll just put that back in the crown. I'll leave it open, and then I still want to change this to a lock diff anyway. So I've dug out the Altezza diff that I stole it from, and I think I've got parts in there to put it back to an open diff, and then I'll weld it up and put it back in. So pulling the starlet apart for, well, I mean, I'll get the job done anyway, but never needed to bother. I should have just put that in the crown ages ago and had it back on wheels.
I still wade in the water. In the water. I said my God's gonna trouble. I said, who's that young girl dressed all in black? Wait, this is really weird. In the water. Must be some kind of angel. Moses lied. I said, my God's gonna trouble the water. Say, wait, wait in the water. Oh, say, wait in the water. I said, my God's gonna trouble. I said, my God's gonna trouble the water. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. As sun's on the sky, you know how I feel. It's drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn. Look, it's a new day, and I'm feeling good. New dawn, not a day is done. It knows how I feel.
So as you can see, got the crown all back together, back on its own wheels and rolling. Pretty stoked to get it back together. It's a bit of a pain in the ass when the cars are in a million pieces, so I'm stoked to have it back rolling. Now I've currently pulled the motor apart, so I've got that apart and looking at what I'm going to do there, and I'm just trying to get all the brake parts refurbed, so all the brakes are off it. Just trying to sort out what I can do there. It's pretty difficult trying to find new parts, so I'm having to look at getting everything refurbed, which is all good. But yeah, so back's still full of a bunch of parts. So the aim is I'd like to get the motor sorted, get the gearbox and or the motor and transmission and brakes all back in it, get it driving and make sure it's all reliable, and then going to move on to tackling the interior. Going to retrim the seats and get some new carpet and hood lining and stuff in it. It's mostly all there by the look of it, but it's a bit tatty, but it needs a bit of work to make it nice. So yeah, keep an eye out for the next video, which will likely be getting these brakes sorted and motor and that sorted. So yeah, thanks for watching.